Hey folks, what's going on? Good evening from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Time is approaching towards midnight, but it's around 10:15 here in Dhaka. I'm back after one day of break. I was a bit unwell yesterday. I fell sick because of the weather and then some food poisoning. So I had some fever as well. So I am actually taking this challenge. It's not easy doing this on and off because my fragrances are in the other house. I could not bring them here. Hopefully tomorrow I'll get my car and start shifting properly. But I bring few fragrances from there to here just to do these videos. I don't have so many here. So to do a list, I need few fragrances. So I hope you appreciate the effort. I'm sorry. I mean, like I'm, a little bit, caught up in the middle of these things. But as I told you in the previous video that many of you are saying that you're having fall in your part of the world. Like let's say in States, my good friend Josh, he is having a hoodie. He's taking out his hoodie. So I'm like, okay, I can do a list for my friends in States, or viewers in States. So these are 5 fragrances, not many, for fall weather. And I'm sorry in advance if this power goes away. Suddenly we're having some power failure due to some corruption from last government. So it's affecting right now. But if it goes away, I'll pause the video. I'll continue after it comes back. But I hope it doesn't happen. So let's go quickly. First fragrance I'm going to show you is a very popular perfume called Halloween Man X. When the fall season hits you, fall basically is what from transition season between warmer setup to colder setup. Let's say from summer to like a little bit cool breeze, you start seeing like the heat is gone and also the breeze starts flowing. It's much more easier to breathe. So that's time I actually think this will be good. This is not very heavy or very long lasting. It's like 7 out of 10 or 7.5 out of 10 for performance. But the smell, some people say it is like a cousin to La Nuit de l'Homme, which I can see. But something between Salvatore Ferragamo Vomo and then La Nuit de l'Homme, the cardamom, I don't know if there's a coffee or what, but it's a sweet, spicy, very playful perfume. And I think this is one of the best from the line. Okay. Oh, no. The other one, Halloween Man, there's one more. I have that as well. That is closer to La Nuit, but this is very nice. This is a coffee-based perfume. You can try it. I don't think they got cardamom, but Halloween Man X is very, very good for fall season. So the next one I'm going to show you is a fragrance, a little bit underrated. Not many people mention, and I think this is called Polo Cologne Intense. The name is not written, that's why I forget. But I had this fragrance once and I sold it off. What they made here is kind of like a more reachable polo green type of fragrance for youthful people, like the old polo green or polo modern reserve. Those are very green, got the leather animalic touch and very rugged. So those kind of polo fragrances like Polo Safari, people nowadays, young people, Gen Z, I don't think they will be able to pull it off. But this thing, they made it for everybody. Very beautiful fragrance. And I think they have Polo Oud as well. I want to buy that, but that's very expensive. This thing gives you an herbal, fresh, green, citrusy affair. And this thing is very wearable. Definitely very crowd pleasing, very modern, and very lovey-dovey kind of fragrance. It is green, but it's wearable. Got this bubblegummy sort of sweetness somewhere. Got some citrus, so makes it very wearable and modern. So this is Cologne Intense. I think if I'm wrong, I'll write down the name. This is definitely something I would say good performance. So the 3 left. Number three is going to be this discontinued gem. I will tell you, hunt it down. Okay, this fragrance is very underrated. This is called Bvlgari Man Black Cologne. This thing, when it was released, not much hype or talk, because this line, the most hyped one is Bvlgari's Man in Black, and that fragrance is great, boozy, spicy, rum, leather, tobacco. Man, that is a man's man fragrance, straight up one of the best fragrance ever released. But in that line, this is not so bad. Okay, this is lighter take on that, but what this magic, the magic this offers is it is somewhere like a lighter take on Men in Black, but in the dry down it smells a lot like Chanel Allure Sport Eau Extreme. Not to that extent, but it has vibes of it. So you imagine 2 great fragrances mix and makes it more wearable. It is still spicy, but I think you can wear this in the fall season. Perfect, great longevity, light sillage, but it is perfect. Bvlgari Man Black Cologne. This is one of the most underrated fragrances from the house. Number 2, and I'll finish with number 1. I have only 5 today. Number 2 is this thing. This is called Tom Ford Grey Vetiver EDP. Why not EDT? EDT, I don't think I ever found it in Bangladesh. Black Orchid also has EDT, but I never found it. I always had this, okay? And Grey Vetiver is such a top seller. People love it so much in Bangladesh, like those who can afford it, those who had it. Black Orchid and this, they always had. And Grey Vetiver is one of the best, like from designer side, one of the best vetiver fragrance is regarded by all fragrance enthusiasts. This thing really lasts, and this thing is not really your typical vetiver. It offers some cooling, soothing vibe, and also the vetiver in this is very wearable. There are many other vetivers which are like Nishan Sultan vetiver, which is much more spicy and like in your face, but this thing is not. But the longevity from this is so good, and I think when the transition is happening, like from warmer to cooler setup, this thing will perform so well, and it will be so beautiful that vetiver will kick in the right way in the fall time. I am looking forward to wear this. Hopefully winter will come like on time, right? Last but not least, I'm going to show you my favorite fragrance. This is Fall in a Bottle. Many of you may not feel the same way about this, but this is the fragrance that started my journey in many ways. This is called Boss Bottle by Hugo Boss. And just the very special thing about this one is this is the vintage version, the old style box. I have only a small bottle. I also have a 200 ml of modern formulation, many other Boss bottle flankers. But this thing, the classic, the apple, the cinnamon, the woodiness, is just a simple little perfume. If you smell this, you're like, oh, Boss bottle, I know this. But such a classic fragrance, man. Just nowadays, people say, oh, okay, Boss bottle is just something my father used to wear, or I used to smell back in the days, but it is perhaps like some dated feel to it. But Burberry London, this one, Valentino Vumo, Dior, this fragrance is in my book always going to be immortal. Okay, so I give this fragrance props, and I think number one today is Boss Bottle. Get the EDP Intense, that is discontinued also, but I think getting a vintage of Boss Bottle EDT would be the best bet for a fall fragrance. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope I just can keep up the work, because I really want to do like makeup for the lost time. For the last 2-3 months I could not work properly, so my numbers are falling sort of. But thank you so much for all your support and viewership, and I love you all, and enjoy the fall season if it's already started. Have a nice day. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.